Hey everybody, we're on to our third course. And for this course, we wanted to have some fun. We did something we've never done here at a wine dinner before. We were actually giving you a white wine and a red wine to pair with this course. We wanted to show off the dish has quail and like little peri-peri peppers, which are like little tiny sweet peppers that have a tiny bit of spiciness. But we wanted to show off that you don't necessarily have to serve red wine with quail or with a protein. You can also have white wine and it works out really well. And so we wanted to do something fun. And so pour a couple glasses of wine and I'll have Brandy talk about the wines.
Sure. So both of these wines are coming from Symington Family Estates. And so the company that I work for, Premium Port Wine, we're basically the import company for all of Symington Family Estates wines. And Symington Family Estates has been around, or Symington Family has been in the Douro Valley since 1882. And it's basically 5 generations of Scots that have been working in the vineyards. The first one actually worked for Graham's. They didn't purchase Graham's until 1970, but hanging their hat on port in the beginning, they've really started to reach out a little bit more and do more dry wines because they see that there's a lot of interest in it. And of course, the quality that you're finding in the dry wines out of Portugal is increasing as well. So it was in the 1980s when the EU, or the European Union, Portugal joined the EU. And so they started using more vineyard practices that the rest of Europe was using. And so you started to see this increase in quality with everything from the ports, but also translating to the dry wines. You really didn't see a lot of dry wines being exported out of Portugal until fairly recently, probably like the last 15 years,
Right.
maybe. And so the red wine is the first project that the Symington family did, and it's a project between the Symington family and Bruno Prats from Chateau Côte d'Estournel in Bordeaux. And so this particular wine has Touriga Nacional and Touriga Franca in it. That's the majority of the makeup. Touriga Nacional is very similar to Cab, to a Cabernet Sauvignon. It has the structure and the tannins that you find in Cab. And then Touriga Franca is similar to Merlot. It has like the velvety texture and a little bit more aroma to it. This is in a neutral oak, so you don't get a lot of like that overly structured type of wine, but it still keeps it nice and fresh. So once we started doing these dry wines with the Prats and Symington portfolio, it's only been about 3 years since the Symington family purchased a vineyard down in Alentejo, which is a little bit farther south. It's closer to Lisbon. This wine comes from the Porto Alegre region of Alentejo, and so it's a little bit higher elevation, so you're going to get really nice acidity from it. And the varietals that are going into this are Arinto and Verdelho. So you're probably familiar with Verdelho. A lot of wines that are made out of Verdelho may not have a lot of body to them, but the Arinto that's in this, along with like the new French oak that they're using, 7 months, about 50% of it is 7 months in new French oak. So it's not overly like, you don't get too much of that, that vanilla on the nose, but it's just perfectly balanced. And so for a lot of people who like, Chablis, right, with that minerality,
Yeah, exactly.
this is something that translates really well. So, a lot of people, like we were talking about with the Vinho Verde, they think white wine in Portugal, they think Vinho Verde, but I think that this is something that it takes it to another level with the structure and what it can also pair with too.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be a really fun pairing. Like when we tasted this, I was blown away. I'd never tried it before. I was blown away by how good it is, and like just couldn't wait to show it off for all of you guys. Thank you all.
Thanks.